So, uh, hello everyone. So here I'm going to explain uh, and illustrate the problem on exponential series sum. So this is the problem statement. Consider the following series expansion of e to the power x, which we know that it is equal to 1 plus x squared by 2 factorial plus x cubed by 3 factorial plus dot 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 up to infinite. So it's an infinite series expansion of e to the power x. What we are supposed to do here, that is write a C program. So we have not understood, we have not learned function yet. So instead of developing a function, we will simply do uh, uh, C programming inside the main function only. So write a C program to add n number of terms of the series. First n terms. Okay. So this is first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and so on. So likewise, we want to add up first n number of terms of this series expansion, not the infinite. Okay, and let that summation of first n number of terms of this expansion be Sn. Okay, so use a recursive C function to calculate factorial of an integer. Of course, we want to use the concept of recursion to calculate for a factorial of an integer number. Okay, so after calculating the summation Sn, uh, we want to calculate the absolute error, which is defined as absolute value of error is equal to the value of e to the power x minus this Sn and its magnitude modulus. Okay, so for a given value of x, so the value of x to be given by the user, and finally obtain the value of n, after which the modulus of error becomes less than or equal to 0.01. So this is the problem statement. Let us now focus on the logical development. So we know that the series expansion is this, e to the power x equal to this one. Okay. Now then Sn will be, equal to 1. This is the first term. We want to consider first n number of terms. So the second term, likewise third term, this is the third term, and dot dot dot, and the nth term will be given by x to the power of n minus 1 divided by n minus 1 factorial. Factorial and x by 1 factorial also. Okay. And here 1 by 1 because x to the power 0 by 0 factorial. So you know that the nth term t, any general r term, r's term is equal to here x to the power r by r factorial. R minus 1. So this is the r's term. Okay. So, but actually the e to the power x is an infinite series sum. and this is a finite series. Okay, so we are truncating it. Truncating, this is called truncation. So, not considering the entire infinite number of terms of the expansion, but we are considering only a finite number of terms, finite n number of terms of the expansion, and this process is called truncation. Okay, so the terms after this term, the part of the series expansion after this nth term are like plus x to the power of n by n factorial plus x to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1 factorial plus x to the power of n plus 2 divided by n plus 2 factorial. Right? And so up to plus infinity. Up to plus infinity. So this is the part of the series expansion which are not considered. The first n number of terms are considered. This is n plus 1th term, n plus 2th term, n plus 3th term up to the infinite number of terms. Those are not considered. Those are ignored. Those are removed from the series expansion. This process is called truncation. Okay. So what will happen? What will happen? The original series expansion value and this Sn value will not be same, because the e to the power x value is the summation of this entire series. Okay, the value of e to the power x is this value plus this value, but we are ignoring this part, only we are considering this part. Naturally, the value of e to the power x, okay, so the values of e to the power x and Sn will naturally be unequal, right? The e to the power x is this plus this, Sn is only this one. Yes. So that will, there will be an error. Okay, we can't calculate e to the power x. E to the power x, because it requires infinite number of terms to be summed by a digital computer, which is not possible. So we can calculate Sn, because to calculate Sn we need to sum up a finite number of terms, right? So this is possible. So we want e to the power x and Sn, we want e to the power x almost equal to Sn. They can't be exactly equal, because e to the power x is this plus this and Sn is only this one. So they can't be exactly equal, but we want e to the power x almost equal to Sn. Okay, so that's why this problem is designed. Okay, anyway, so naturally question comes that question arises that what will be n such that e to the power x, okay, such that e to the power x is closer to Sn, this one. Okay, so this is we want. That's why a question is given in the assignment. Obtain the value of n after which this. Okay, so magnitude of error, magnitude of error is defined as the magnitude of the difference between e to the power x and Sn. This is the error. So we want this error to be almost equal to 0. It cannot be equal to 0 exactly, but we want it is to be 0, almost equal to 0, or very close to 0. So this should the error to be minimum as much as possible. Okay, this is all we want. Okay, now let us try to understand this thing, fact, with the help of an example. Okay, so let's say a value of it, let's say the value of x, x equal to, let's say, uh, 2 we are taking. Okay, x. So this is, if x equal to 2, the value of e to the power x becomes, if you use calculator, mean calculator, anyway, so let me bring a calculator. Yeah, so e square is equal to 7.38, 389056. If we consider 6 decimal places, this is almost equal to, not exactly equal to, but almost equal to, up to 6 decimal places. Okay, now according to the series expansion, if we consider, if we form a table, if we can form a table, so n equal to 1, n equal to the value of n, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. Let's say one by one term we will add, we will consider into the series expansion, and thereby we want to find out the value of Sn. Okay, and let's see what are the values we are getting. So S1, S1 is, look upon the series expansion. This is Sn. If you consider only first term, one term, that is 1 itself, this one. Okay, no need to compute. You can understand that S1 will be equal to 1. Immediately here you are putting that it will be 1. Okay, right. Next, what if the value of n becomes equal to 2? That means you are considering now two terms. First two terms. This term 1 and x by 1 factorial. So S2 is equal to, here we can, S2 is equal to 1 plus, put the value of x by 1 factorial, that is 2 by 1 factorial, and that is equal to 3. So S2 is equal to 3. And parallelly, you try to calculate the magnitude of the error. Okay, parallelly you calculate the magnitude of the error. Right. So what is the error? The magnitude of the difference between Sn and e to the power x. So e to the power x is 7.389056. So minus 1. So here it is 6.389056. This much is the error. The error is very large. Error is 6. Certainly, you can't consider only one term into the series expansion for calculation of e to the power x value, right? So you want to add another term, and now you calculate what is the error. The error now comes out to be 7.38 minus 3, that is 4.389056. Similarly, you consider S3 by adding first three terms of the series expansion. This is 5. Will be 2.38. Okay, so I'm not repeating this thing. So this is, we can say that recursively we can say that S4 plus the fifth term. Fifth term is 2 to the power of 4 by 4 factor. So we have up to n the data up to n terms. So this is 6. So the error will be 8 0 6 3. This is the error. For n equal to 8, we have very close value, as you can see. This much. Okay. Okay. So if you okay, fine. This much. Fine. So you can see here the error is, we can say that it is less than 0.0 0.01. Okay, that's it. Here you can say the error is less than 0.002, right? 5 times greater than the previous result. Okay, into 5 equal to this one. So we can see. So here gradually you can see more number of terms you are adding, decreasing the error. It is decreasing the errors more, right? That's the idea. So this how much error we want to tolerate. That error, allowable error, must be given by the user. That is known as threshold error. Okay, the error which I want to consider is called the threshold error. Here the threshold error is given 0.01. So what should be the value of n so that the error becomes less than or equal to 0.01? So from this observation, this hand calculation, we can see the value of n, minimum value of n to be taken as 8, so that we can achieve an error which is 0.008104, which is less than 0.01. Someone may want that, okay, uh, I want a higher accurate result. For that purpose you have to decrease this threshold error. Let's say 0.001. Okay, so if you want to have 0.001, maybe minimum value of n to be taken as 10. If we take, if we consider S10, probably we will see that we will achieve an error which is less than 0.001. This is not less than 0.001, it is less than 0.002, because after 1 we have 7, and if you round up it will be 0.002, so it is less than 0.002. So if you take another term, so n will be 10 minimum, so that the error, allowed error, is less than the threshold 0.00. So that depends. So the value of n depends on the error set by the user, threshold error. That's why. Now, by programming, how can we solve this problem? That is our goal. Okay, so this is the thing. This is the logic. Let's come to the program. So have a revision on this. Just revise this. Okay, we want to sum up n number of terms to calculate Sn, and then we want to calculate the error modulus of e to the power x minus Sn. Every time we want to calculate the error. As soon as one term is getting added, we want to immediately calculate the error and check whether that error is less than threshold error or not. If it is not, then we want to add next term. Again, we want to calculate the error. To calculate error, you have to calculate Sn. So check whether error is less than threshold error. So this is a repetitive process. We want to repeat this process until and unless we get an error which is less than the threshold error. This is the program. Okay. Now variables. So all are real numbers. So float x, float x, uh, printf. What's enter? Okay. Enter the value of x. Okay. So x is read by the user. Also threshold error. Okay. Another important thing which we can do here has defined threshold error 0.01. Okay. So this is known as a symbolic constant. This means by the syntax, threshold error will be considered as a variable, will be treated as a variable in this program. And the value of that threshold error will be 0.01, and that is a constant throughout this program. It can't be changed. So this is such a variable which value is constant throughout this program. That's why it is like a constant. And we call this kind of a constant is as a symbolic constant. Okay? So this is the syntax to define a symbolic constant like this. The threshold error is done. Next, any other variable? Sn. Sn. Okay, and we want to take n as an integer, the number of terms. Number of terms in expansion, series expansion. Okay. Now, what has been directed in the problem? Write a C program to add n terms of the series Sn. So that means initially the value of n to be given by the user. Excuse me one second.